Agile insects crying out to a non-existent god for salvation. They will soon learn the truth of the universe. There is no god. There is only Darkseid. Suddenly, a sonic boom shattered the remaining glass of nearby skyscrapers. A streak of red and blue cut through the dark apocalyptic clouds, a blazing beacon of defiance. Metropolis had a man who refused to let anyone play God with his adopted home. Superman landed a dozen yards away, his red boots cracking the asphalt violently. His cape billowed majestically through the raining ash. His jaw was set, his eyes glowing with a faint, warming blue. "You're trespassing, Darkseid," he warned. "Turn around, take your monsters with you, or I will throw you back to Apokolips piece by broken piece." Darkseid didn't even flinch. A slow, terrifying smirk crept across his stony visage, the smile of a predator looking at prey. "Kryptonian, you speak of eviction to the landlord of the universe. I have come for the anti-life equation. I will strip this miserable mudball down to the core to find it." Action exploded. Superman moved faster than thought, closing the distance in a microsecond to throw a devastating right cross squarely at Darkseid's jaw. The air itself rippled with the immense force of the blow. Darkseid's head snapped back slightly, but he did not fall. Instead, he caught Superman's secondary punch with one massive grey hand. The shockwave of the block shattered windows for 3 city blocks in every direction and registered on seismographs all the way in Gotham City.
"Is that the full measure of your sun god's strength, Kal-El?" Darkseid asked. "How tremendously disappointing." Darkseid retaliated with blinding speed. A backhand strike connected flush with Superman's chest, sending him flying backward in a blur of red and blue until he crashed violently through the steel girders of an under-construction high-rise. Deep inside the twisted rubble, Superman shook his head. A thin trickle of bright red blood escaped his lower lip. He wiped it away, his eyes narrowing with steely resolve as the soft blue glow shifted to a burning, intense crimson. "All right, no holding back. Not against him." Superman burst from the rubble, flying horizontally straight at his foe. Twin beams of intense heat vision erupted from his eyes, striking Darkseid directly in his thick chest armor. The temperatures rivaled the core of the sun, causing the armor to glow white-hot. But Darkseid simply grunted, his heavy boots digging deep trenches into the pavement as he was pushed back mere inches. Darkseid's own eyes flared with unimaginable power. The terrible jagged beams of the Omega effect blasted forward, zigzagging wildly through the air. Superman engaged in incredible evasive maneuvers, banking off buildings, but the beams tracked him relentlessly. They struck him squarely in the back, exploding with cosmic fury. It was absolute, unyielding agony. The Omega effect didn't just burn flesh, it attempted to erase existence entirely. Superman fell from the sky, crashing hard into a crater in the center of the street. Darkseid approached slowly, methodically, looming over the fallen hero. He raised a giant boot to crush Superman's head. "You are dust, Kal-El. You always were. Your hope is a tragic delusion." Face pressed into the dirt, Superman heard the screams of the city. Miles away at the Daily Planet building, he heard Lois's heartbeat. He remembered exactly why he wore the symbol on his chest. Hope wasn't a delusion. It was a choice he made every single day. His hands slammed into the cracked pavement. Pushing up with legendary strength, Superman caught Darkseid's descending foot, causing the new god's eyes to widen in genuine fleeting surprise. "My hope is the only thing standing between you and my world." With a roar of pure, unadulterated exertion, Superman lifted Darkseid by the foot, swinging the 10-foot-tall tyrant like a colossal bat. He slammed Darkseid into the pavement, spun rapidly, and hurled him toward the still-open boom tube high in the bleeding sky. Superman flew after him, becoming an unstoppable human missile. Catching up mid-air, he unleashed an infinite mass punch, a blow traveling near the speed of light, connecting directly with Darkseid's chest. The sound was deafening, the light blinding, and reality itself warped around the point of impact. The sheer kinetic force propelled Darkseid backward, spiraling uncontrollably straight into the swirling dimensional vortex. The Lord of Apokolips screamed in fury, reaching out as he was swallowed by the rift. "This is not over, Kryptonian! Darkseid is—" Milliseconds before the rift closed, Superman fired his maximum intensity heat vision at the machinery generating the tube on the Apokolips side. The boom tube collapsed in on itself with a massive, localized implosion, taking the remaining parademons with it. Instantly, the red skies began to clear, making way for the late afternoon sun. Golden light